A laminated bow for under $100 from China. Is it any good? Morning everybody. Today, box from China from Top Archery. I put the link in the description. They sell, and you sure saw them often on AliExpress. Maybe open it here. Laminated bows, and that was an offer. This bow was $96, including shipping. Now they changed it. Now it's $93 plus $24 shipping, and I paid roughly $25 customs, so $96 plus $25. But the bow by itself is under $100, and it's a laminated bow. It's a good looking bow, but is it any good? This is what we find out today. What I of course, oh, you get a sleeve with it. What I of course, in the string, can tell you directly. I can't make here now a long-term review, obviously, because I just get the bow. What I can tell you, I got once a bow from Top Archery, one of these cheap laminated ones, and one of my guests shot this bow for 1.5 to 2 years, not regularly, and it broke. So we will see what this will do today. I said every bow will break. And I read in some posts that these Top Archery bows tend to break. But what you get is a really beautiful bow. It's called traditional horse bow for hunting and whatever they all call it. And it's the model LB01. So as you see, pretty laminated bow in black. I got the 30-pound version, because I guess the higher the poundage, the more easy they tend to break. What else? It's a length of 134 centimeters. The string is 128 centimeters. I said 30 pounds. You can have this bow from 30 to 50 pounds in 5-point increments. And the interesting thing is they only have this inlay here on the right side, but not on the left. So for right-handed archers, when you shoot thumb release, it's fine. For left-handed archers, you're screwed, but you still can shoot Mediterranean. Handle is a little small, but feels good. What else can I tell you? It's maple wood, bamboo chip, and glass fiber. So I guess the limbs are bamboo. This most probably is maple. And there's glass fiber, and there's even a black line, but I don't know, it's fiberglass, so it's no carbon or something. Reinforced tips. I mean, for the price, this bow is really pretty. So I can't say anything against this bow. Long term, we will see. Of course, I will let this shoot bow here from almost everyone, and then we see what the bow will do, and once the bow will break, I will do another video of it, about it. 56 inches. 56 inches, and the bow is supposed to have a max draw of 31, but this is what we will see later. And I guess, of course, when you go always to the max draw of these bows, then they break more easily. So, but when you think about this bow, in 29 or 30 inches would be nice for you, and you don't draw more, then I guess this bow is really a good option. But as said, always full draw, might put a bit too much stress on it. The arrow pass is not too wide, not too narrow. 22, that's fine by me, depending on the bracelet obviously, but you know that already by now. And then we get a nice string with it. But I guess for entry level, and you get a 30-pound one when you start your career, if you don't want to have a fiberglass bow for kind of the same price. And after a year or two, you might probably want to upgrade anyways to a new poundage, if you don't have a problem that the bow will break. So looks like they are similar. And when the string looks like this, that the strands are all unraveled, you still can, when you string it, you know, make a few twists, and the string is a bit more in a better shape. Let's see how it works with stringing. Stringing, call it stringing, right? Oh, heavy for a 30-pounders. So make sure that the string is in line with the bow before you let go. Then you make sure that you don't bend or twist or something. So this one is not straight. So now what you get is either a simulation of a long Turkish bow, but it looks more like one of these Assyrian bows with a gentle curve here, because it's not really a Sensi style of Turkish bow. Handle is a bit Turkish, but it looks for me more like a Assyrian kind of like bow. Does not look bad. I mean, I like the shape, I like the color. Finishing is nice. There are a few scratches here and there, so it's not perfect, but we get to the rating lauter. Brace height is 7 3/4. That's quite a lot. That's good. Will you turn on maybe? Thank you. Not so hard, is it? Kilograms. Whoop. 400 straight away. But you know, this is all theory, and only practice and theory are in theory the same. You know what I mean. So what do we have? Do we have some description there? Yeah, it's a little rough. So there's nothing written on it. Guesswork. Most probably it's best you make a small sticker that you know what you have. Ooh, nice one for a 30-pounder. Look at that. Draws really nice. From here you feel it a bit, building up, building up, building up, building up until there. Then it doesn't want to bend that much anymore. Then you feel even a little movement in the handle. These arrows are 32 inches because I don't have 31-inch arrows. Nice, 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 nice. And here it starts. Wow, this bow does easy 31. And it's silent. Dunk. Not too bad. It should. Here is due to the design, but even Alibow representative in this way is a little wiggly. In this way the bow is quite stiff, so for a beginner, not too bad. So now that we have all this out of the way, so good what you can do with this bow. On the other side, 56 inches might be a little long for horseback, but for some it's still doable. And here this way around, not so easy because of the handle shape, but you know, your crochet works if you want to shoot this way. So string looks good. So overall build quality not bad. Throw experience is nice, and it shoots nice. So these arrows are 320 grain. So we are, when this is 30 pounds, 28, we are around 10 grain per pound. Wow, that's very good so far. You feel it a little. 1, 2, 3, 4. You feel it in the hand. So when you let go here and you have this zzz in the hand, but we work on it that we get this measurement of hand choke or vibration scientifically proven with a measure device here soon done. Once Andy finished his idea, he would tell me on the weekend, and then we know. Not too bad. So it's supposed to be a 30 pound. Throw is nice. 28 is here. 30.46. We give it 30.5. And at 31, which I would not suggest still for the longevity of this bow. 31 is around here. 34.7. Thank you very much, Scale. You do such a great job. I'm so proud of you. Let's see. It really feels good. I like this bow. When you see $100 plus a bit shipping and stuff, looks good so far. No stress anywhere. And at 28, we are just there. See, at 28, string angle of 60 degrees, 30 inches. And I would stick with this, but it still looks good. $100, and then it would, no, I don't want to put it to 32, but it would do 32. This is 32, but I don't want to put the stress on it, so the bow would easily do 32. Maybe they limited it now to 31 for safety reasons, because I had a few broken ones. Not too bad, not too bad. So a 10 meter feels nice. Let's see what it says at 20. Ooh, narrow arrow pass goes really nice. $30. Yes, and almost built in Katra. So we have 320 grain at 34.7 pounds. 170. Ostro. 160. 173. Okay, one more. 167. 185. 184. Not bad at all. And the handshock doesn't feel that bad. Look at this nice bow. 31 inches. Pretty. You feel it a little in the hand, but it's totally not annoying with these arrows. So I would not go way under 10 grain per pound, but as you see, it's fast enough, does the job. Look at the arrow flight. Long brace side helps. This bow wants to bend, throws very smooth, kicks the arrows away. Impressive for the price. String twist, Katra. Center shot. It's a fun shooter, definitely. And I think they limit it to 31 for safety reasons. This bow would do more, but until 31 this bow feels quite comfortable to throw. Afterwards it gets stiff, and when you tell them, okay, this bow does 32, and you always max out the bow like this, then of course a chance to break it is easier. So far, you see it's a little wobbly here. So far I'm quite impressed. Of course, durability wise, we will shoot this bow now. Everybody will shoot the heck out of this bow with lightweight arrows, with heavy arrows, with everything, with Katra, with no Katra, 3 fingers Mediterranean. And then we see when this bow will give up. But we treat him well, we string it properly, we make sure it's straight. This one is still a little off, but not a lot, and it's easy to fix, as you see. This one is, so it's surprisingly straight, even if this one here is, but it's stiff. So one thing, I think they should not make it black, because with laminated bows with heat and stuff like this bow gets already nice and warm. So if it gets too warm in the sun, we know then delamination can happen, and we have a little humidity here, so it's not the best environment for this bow. I would make bright colors or leave it natural, would be better, but it's my suggestion. You don't have to follow me at all, because some companies simply don't listen. So what can I tell you? Look at the pretty bow. Nice ears, nice made, reinforced with horn. They have this nice slight rounded part here, so the string runs almost around here. Bit edgy maybe, but it's, I mean, here they have this fade out here. Nice made. Then you have here the string guided part. Glass looks good almost everywhere. You have sometimes some small, I don't know if you see them now here, these small scratches, which are not so nice. But overall, I mean, you get what you pay for. And I found here some where it looks a little rough, you know, scratches and stuff. Where was it? Let me check again here. Yeah, don't know if you can see, there is like you rasp it or some like fiberglass shown or something. Not the most beautiful finish, but overall it's quite nice. Handle is nice, nicely done. Has a, it's a little too small for my hands. I wish it would be a little bigger here, because you have almost nothing to hold on. See, this is a little more, would be nice. But once you find the position for your hand, it's fine. But the bow is quite easy to control. String, as said, looks nice. It's really nice made. You have a nice long center serving in both directions. Nicely made. So, and throw experience wise, I was impressed. 28 is nice, 29, 30, 31, even 32. So this bow would do 32, but please don't draw 32 for a longer period of time. Packaging is from bow and a string, bow and string sleeve, sleeve documentation, blah blah blah. We get a bow, string and a sleeve, which gives you directly 2 points. That I could make so easy points. Handling is hard to string, medium to string, okay to string, easy to string, straight. This bow was almost straight and it's very easy to string, so the sears were a little out of shape, so that's why I would give it a 4. The build quality, rough, decent, okay, good looking, perfect. As I showed you before, with all the small patches and scratches, it's not perfect, but overall it's very good. 4. Basic feel is from very wiggly to no wiggly, and handle small, big, balanced. So the bow is medium wiggly, the handle is a little too small, but it feels very balanced. So you have a little wiggle, not a lot. For me, the handle is simply a little too small, that's why another 4 points. Draw experience, rough, get stiff, smooth, no staking, very smooth, no staking. This bow bends, wants to bend. There's no staking up to 31 inches to the safe max draw, and this bow would do 32, but we don't do that. So it's very smooth, very draw experience, pretty. 5 points, full. Shooting experience, big hand shock to no hand shock, and long vibration to no vibration. You have a little hand shock, but it's not annoying. So because I'm impressed overall, I would between 4 and 5. What shall I give? We have a little hand shock and the errors were 9 point something grain, but you don't really feel, so I give it 5. 24 points out of 30. Price value, if this bow is now durable, which I can't tell you right now, but I think with the right, when you treat the bow right, make sure that you don't have it too long in the sun. I hear these small scratches, they are annoying. When you treat the bow right, you don't overdraw it, you don't shoot too lightweight arrows, you don't twist the bow too much, don't force the bow in anything too much, you simply let the bow do what the bow has to do. I guess this bow can live quite a while, but I don't know yet. But for now, for the price and the performance, fully 5 stars. Well deserved. That's the rating. There you have it. I wish, of course, these companies would send me sometimes these bows. I bought this one because I was interested in how it will perform. If I would have a 30 and a 50 pounds, so we could do a comparison. So maybe Top Archery, you listen, send me the same one at 50 pounds. I don't want to pay one more bow because I have already enough bows. Then I can do a comparison if it's worth it, because I think the 50 pounds will be a little shorter in your max draw then, because the higher the poundage, the stiffer it gets everything, and the more tension you have and the more pressure you have here. But with a 30 pounder for a beginner, with 30 pounds is enough for you. You have a little flex in the handle, and that's why you feel it. So the handle bends a little, not a lot. So, and if you want to listen to me, Top Archery, make the handle a little deeper. You can even make the inside slightly with a bump, this drop shape. Then the bow would not flex in the handle that much and would be a bit more to control, better to control. And I think it would be safer for you. And then you get rid of this hand shock too, I believe. But what the little do I know. Pretty bow for the price. Under $100, you get a laminated bow which performs quite well, which does 180 foot per second, 184 as you saw. It's a little wiggly here, but they are all impressed. So, still here. That was now a bit unexpected. I was just bringing my camera and all the stuff back into the shed, and I wanted to pack the bow, and in my hands I felt the crack. So it's a nice bow. How many arrows did I shoot? You can count them. I didn't shoot any arrow more. How long did I shoot? You can see it in the video. And this is what happened. So Top Archery, your bows are crap. $100 thrown out of the window. Make sure that you get your make sure that you get your stuff better together. Look here inside. Maybe you see it, like this. And you see these patches of glue which had no contact to the wood or only bad contact. Fully delaminated directly in my hand. I was just going back, putting my stuff back. This happened. Well, the tiller looks nice. So now I can throw it away. And I threw $120 out of the window. Top Archery, not good. Thank you very much for watching. Catch you in the next one.